Thanks for tuning in to the Diaphragm Dynasty. I'm back with another topic, another discussion for the R&B heads. Now, I was thinking about the other day the best unrequited love songs in history for R&B artists. Now, R&B has a huge market as probably pop does and country music does for people or for ones who lost love and it's one-sided. Love that you lost and then you feel like you can never get back or you wanted to get back, love that you felt like you've lost for whatever reason. Now, some of these songs expressed, you know, unrequited love that just are fictionary and some of it's true from the artist. So I want to explore different songs and some of my greatest or best unrequited love songs that I've ever listened to. Songs like Bad Religion by Frank Ocean, which is which even says unrequited love in the lyrics. So that was a huge song about the time he released Channel Orange and he released his lifestyle and all that different stuff that he was going through or that he wanted to get out to the public. So that was one of the songs that were major. And it was one of the first songs they actually talked about when for his project was released. And it was highly anticipated coming off Nostalgia Ultra back in 2011, 2010, 2011 period. So that was one of the greatest songs or one of the most anticipated songs or projects as well that actually released that actually talked about unrequited love. Now, going back to the Michael Jackson era, you have songs like You're Not Alone, which I believe was written by R. Kelly, a huge song that actually was an R&B song that Mike actually made because we know Mike was the king of pop and he had a lot of songs that related to pop music. So this song coming from an R&B artist actually gave him a different side, similar to The Lady in My Life on a Thriller project, which is my favorite Michael Jackson song ever, just because of the pure R&B-ness to it. I was a fan of the pop stuff too, but you have to be in a certain mood for that. But songs like Lady in My Life, songs like You Are Not Alone, which is one of the greatest unrequited love songs of all time, I believe, in my opinion, that Mike made to give him a different side and kind of give him an evenness to the pop R&B world. And nextly, Have You Ever by Brandy. Now, this song was huge, um, especially during the video era. And just the writing on this song, the composition, the production, Brandy's angel like voice or angelic like voice that she had during that time. So this is one of the songs that kind of separated her from Monica in that discussion. Now, I still think Monica is a better songstress and a better vocalist, but Brandy, of course, had more hits and she had a better writing teams and she had better producers and things like that. So, but this song and this album, which I believe is on Angel of Mine, separated her from the rest of the field back then. I believe this was late 90s. Yeah, like 98, somewhere around that. But yeah, Have You Ever is one of the greatest unrequited love songs ever. Then you have to go to like One Last Cry and Anytime from Brian McKnight, which I believe Brian McKnight is one of the best unrequited love song singers of all time. He has some of the greatest hits when it comes to that music. But One Last Cry, for sure, is one of those songs uh, that puts you in a space to where you just feel down, unfortunately. But Brian McKnight has that type of sound, especially Anytime is one of those songs that are borderline kind of creepy, but um, but it fits in that unrequited love song discussion just because of the content and the way it was expressed. Especially if you look at the video, even the album cover with him with like a guitar and him like looking back. So the whole thing looked unrequited, but it was just crazy. And I talked about Monica before, but Monica's Before You Walk Out of My Life from her project from when she was like 15 or 16 years old, which is crazy to think about, that she can make such great music and have such a great vocals at that age. But I think Brandy started around the same time as well. But that Before You Walk Out of My Life song is one of the most underrated, unrequited love songs of all time, just because Monica's not a huge star like Brandy is because of the hits that she hasn't made to the level of Brandy, but and Brandy was an actress and all had all these different things going, but nevertheless, they're on tour right now, which oh man, I wish I could have went to that. Well, I think it's still coming up. Probably won't be able to go, but um Monica's Before You Walk Out of My Life on that project. That Miss Thing album had a lot of unrequited love songs and a lot of different pieces and elements of heartbreak that exemplify what R&B is about. Then Nobody Knows by the Tony Rich Project, which is a very under discussed song and a very undiscussed artist as well, but it's a very sad song similar to the Brian McKnight songs that I talked about earlier or previously. But this is one of the songs that's very sad that you probably don't want to listen to when you're down in the dumps, but it's definitely one of those songs that help you get through a process. Then you can take either version of I Can't Make You Love Me from either Tank or Adele. Both renditions are great. I actually heard Tank's version first and then figured out Adele did it later, even though she did it before Tank did it. But I like both renditions of the song, but the message is still the same. It's the same great vocals, the same great lyrics, same lyrics, you know. So you can't go wrong with either one of those. Adele's "Someone Like You Too." That "Someone Like You" song is one of the songs that sent her up the charts and set her on another stratosphere. And she hasn't dropped in a while either. But I didn't like the last project, but her first three projects or so, she was untouchable on those. But she makes a lot of great unrequited love songs. But that "Someone Like You" or "I Can't Make You Love Me" by her or Tank, those songs have to be in discussion of the greatest unrequited love songs. Then to take it all the way back to Patti LaBelle's "If You Only Knew," great song as well that talks about the unrequitedness of the love songs. And then of course, lastly, "Please Don't Go" by Tank, which is one of his bigger hits from back when he first started earlier in his career. So tell me what you think your greatest unrequited love songs are. And until next time, I'll see you next time.